going on?
It actually, at the point, it dropped by 666 points.
Okay.
By the self-edit. It was the sixth worst day of stocks on Wall Street in history of Wall Street. This is a major selling-off point. This happened on the day that Trump and Congress, with the memo Nunes put out, tried to, in a sense, usurp the FBI. The market doesn't like that form of authoritarian instability. And another thing that happened that the market doesn't like is that labor wages went up higher than they're supposed to go up, and they freaked out that they're getting paid more, because if you're a stockbroker, when you hear wages are going up, you say, oh no, inflation is possible. You don't think, oh, well, it's good that I'm making sure that, the rest of the economy has workers that aren't living paycheck to paycheck. You're thinking, we have possible inflation. So with that, other events that have happened, there was a massive drop in trading, and we're going to see if it continues or if it stabilizes today. Or
There's
not
also
today.
amidst a spat of poor earnings calls from the last quarter from multiple companies.
Yeah, it's a lot of things coming together. And see, here's the issue with the way the stock market is, because it's such a strong bubble right now, and it's based on, it's based on a house of cards to a very large extent of the way companies are set up and how they can't just keep growing forever. And so you have little bit of weakness because the consumer base is much weaker. We're a consumer-based economy, and no one's buying things anymore because they can't afford them. So like what Paul's saying as well, there's all these different factors coming in, and we know eventually there's going to be a crash. We just don't know what's going to cause it or when. This doesn't look like something that would do that unless it really something happens.
Yeah, it would have to snowball in a pretty major way for the stock market, for the floor to really drop out. Something like this, we were talking about this just before the show, I think the stock market is a relatively poor indicator of the economy as a whole.
Yeah.
But it can be a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, the stock market at this point really covers only the biggest of the biggest corporations that have multinational connections. It's not the indicator it used to be.
Yeah, and plus, I think we're kind of due for some sort of crash to happen. Things don't add up. Constantly it's been going up, and up, but eventually everything that does go up has to come down, and perhaps it's just an indicator of things to come.
You're watching Hard Lens Media.